So I made a couple of these videos already, playing, working things out, trying to figure out my homemade teleprompter, which is working okay. And one of my other notes kind of came up when I was going through things about, remember being in grade school, and the teacher would ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you'd say fireman, astronaut, professional dance instructor, and whatever you wanted to be. But when you got into like middle school, it was more like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, for most middle schoolers, in 5 years, you're either going to be in or graduating from high school. But in high school, they were a little more serious. They were like, all right, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 20 years? And that always, I don't know, it was normal, right? Everybody got asked those questions. You had to write a paper. Some people made a little shoebox diorama. Other people made posters or, videos, websites. I mean, kids have done a lot of stuff, projects, that is, to answer those questions. But, I mean, is that even a good question? I mean, think about it. So the teacher will ask you, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And you're supposed to give an answer that shows that you've thought out your future. So you've actually given thought to what it is that you want to do for the rest of your life. Whereas most people end up telling college kids, pick a major, stay on that track, get your diploma, and then just go and, find something to do that you enjoy. Find something that pays good that you can put up with. So which one is it? So see, like I was one of those kids who I wanted to do something, but then I wanted to do something else. I wanted to do video. I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to work for Disney and be an animator. I wanted to work with technology and computers. I've managed to build all that together somehow, but then I wanted to become a teacher. Like, how do you do that? Well, I taught computers, so there you go. There's all of that right there, right? Then I've done some other work with kids. I've currently work at an ice cream shop. So yeah, how did getting the diploma and figuring out later help me? It didn't. What was I supposed to do? Choose something and go down this path? That didn't work for me either. I chose many different paths and eventually I got tired of them. Maybe it's just my personality. I enjoy doing things, new things, lots of different things, but after doing them for a while and having had done it, I get a little tired of it. I have to move on to something else. It's not a good personality. If you have a personality like that, change it right now. Change it right now. Change it right now. So I've had a lot of people tell me, just pick something and go for it. If you don't like it, you can always go find another job. If you're working at a job that you don't enjoy, go find another job. Then you can quit your current job and go work at your new job. I mean, there you go. But if that's what you're going to do and you don't know if the degree that you're getting is actually going to help you out, why are you getting the degree in the first place? This brings me to Mike Rowe. You might know Mike Rowe. He's the Dirty Jobs guy. And he is really big in training. He's really big in, if you don't want to go to university, if you're not going to get anything out of a 4-year degree because that's not what you want to do, then go become a plumber or an electrician or a locksmith. Go into construction work. Those are things that you don't have to go to a 4-year university to do. You can be a mechanic and work on cars. You can even get certified in, networking and computer systems at a 2-year college. Now, sometimes you got to go to a community college and get your basics down, and then you go to this college and you get your computer degree. But that's still a lot cheaper than a 4-year university. And in a lot of those places, they help you find jobs. I mean, if you are working as a mechanic, you're going to go work with other mechanics. Just like a teacher will eventually do student teaching, a lot of these other jobs, you have to work with a master electrician and a master plumber and a master locksmith, if those are three are really. The locksmith is a thing because my uncle's a locksmith. But the other things, I don't know if they're actually called masters, but you have to work with someone who knows what they're doing. And then eventually you work your way up, you take a few tests, and you're certified to just go and do this stuff. You can start your own business if you want to. You'd be making a lot of money versus going to university. So what are you really supposed to do? Are you supposed to pick something and just go for it? Or are you just supposed to like pick anything and then go for something like it and then switch it up later if you want to? It never really made all that much sense to me. But I do know what I have gotten out of it. I know that I worked really hard at all these different places that I've worked. I know I've learned a lot from all of them. And now with this, I'm kind of putting them all together. Public speaking, writing, acting a little bit, being in front of the camera, talking in a good speeches way. I can speak better than that. I swear I can speak better than that. I mean, using technology and doing all this stuff, managing my time, getting things planned and set up. I mean, that's from all the jobs that I've had. So, I mean, don't fret. If everything falls apart and you've worked a million jobs so far and haven't found what you wanted, try being a YouTuber. It's not fun. No, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I know that people always told me it doesn't really matter what degree you get, just get something. And then go get a job. You can always change your job later. Like you get a degree in business, you can do a lot of things. Of course, I always heard it as just quit talking to me, go pick something and do it and get out of my face. That's probably not what they meant. But, I mean, it's kind of true. Just pick something. Go for it. If it doesn't work out, you can always change later. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you, at age 25, have to have figured out your life. I mean, like most people will point out, Stan Lee, the Marvel character creator guy, I mean, he didn't really get into that, do what he loved, get really good at it, get paid a lot for it, and get the recognition that he deserved for it all, except for the stuff he took from other people, until he was in his 40s. And that's a pretty common story. So don't fret. Keep working. Pick a path. Change your mind. Just do what you love.